Can't believe Cal lost to Florida State. I can't believe it. I mean, they outgained Florida State by over 200 yards. Uh, they got sacked 7 times and they had 10 penalties and missed field goal. Just so much stuff added up there. Cal should have won this game. If you're asking me, I don't know if Florida State fans are going to disagree with me on that, but Cal should have won this football game.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, obviously they didn't, so it doesn't matter. And Florida
Right.
State, they just needed to get a win, right? They just get it off your chest and then kind of go from there. Obviously, you look at the splits of their run versus their pass, and finally, 41 rushing attempts, really 47, right? And then 27 passing attempts for DJU. That was finally what happened, right? Cam Davis looks like he's going to be the guy going forward, apparently, but Tuafali played well and looked good at times. And DJU could just be a supplementary guy. I know he didn't look great. He didn't have great numbers, but he did enough. And that's what it's going to be the rest of the formula for the rest of the year for Florida State. And like you said, for Cal, just really disappointing because they had that game and that could have been another building block in Justin Wilcox and Cal going forward in the ACC. And by the way, next week they have a massive, massive football game. Not this coming week because they have a bye, but then the week following, Miami comes to town there. But yeah, like I said, just Florida State exhale. You're not gonna go 0-12, which I do think some Florida State fans in the back of your mind, you had to be thinking, well, there's Charleston Southern, but we've seen worse for Florida State. And holy cow! But
I mean,
I
two
don't
two
even know.
missed field goals for Cal. If you make either one of those, right, that last possession you're driving down, you would have settled for a field goal again and won the game. Because I don't know that I trust FSU in an environment where they have to throw the ball to go down the field against this Cal defense and win the game. I mean, it's margins. These were the margins in this game, people. So, but I guess I'm gonna say credit to FSU for finally getting a win, but Cal, come on. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed because I thought this Cal team could be, not necessarily like, I mean, the way that their schedule looks out. I mean,
Contender in the ACC.
it was you were looking at a spot where Cal actually could make a push to make the ACC championship, especially if they had gotten a win over Miami at home in the next couple of weeks, but not. I mean, I don't feel significantly worse about Cal, to be honest. I know losing to Florida State is pretty bad, but couple missed field goals. I mean, you knew that this was going to be a low scoring game. I took the under 45, not even a sweat. And yeah, just some margins here that I thought that Cal was going to be on the right side of, that they just weren't this game.
Here's what I will say too, and not that I'm going to take too much stock in it. Obviously, we talk about sample size. Sometimes that doesn't matter. That does matter. In this case, I think it might. But Cal did have to go on the road for the second time this year across the country, right? Going through a couple time zones. I wonder how that played an effect, especially right late in the, excuse me, late in drives in terms of finishing drives and not settling for field goals, and then also late in the game, but even starting early too in terms of kind of getting up and getting ready to play. I don't know. I don't I don't know. I'm not taking too much stock into it yet, but I do think it's gonna be something to manage these teams that are flying across the country multiple times, how it does affect them, how the fatigue sets in throughout the season.